Hello and welcome to another Dominion League match. This is my match against Jerrydot in Season 45. I have played Jerry before, I think in one of the side tournaments, not in League. I don't really remember when. I haven't started off too hot this season. I don't think I've been playing badly, but would definitely like to get some better results here. So we have Hideout and Sauna as the trashing options. Oh, and Church. There's no plus buy. So the only way to gain like extra points is with farmland, essentially, getting 2 points off of that. And even then, you gotta have like a gold to make that really like any good, which is, I'm not sure that gold is necessarily what we want here anyway. Probably want to get a sinister plot. I mean, we're probably going to want to play with a couple covens, just, for curses. You can play with highways, but they're not going to be like anything super special. I'm thinking church plot here. Got to make sure I hit 5 to get Coven. I guess it could be worth getting a Tormentor. We can eventually play the Church as sheep, so if we like, I mean, obviously being able to set cards aside with the Church like throughout the duration of the game could just be good the whole time, but if that stops working out, then setting aside, or sorry, playing it as sheep becomes an option, so it's not too bad to have at that point anyway. Okay, so here, how much do we care about terminal space? Like, do we even want to hide out? We could take a sauna and plan to do like some trashing with that as well. On the assumption that we're going to pick up a silver at some point. And again, you can play the sauna as sheep, so like you can make some money off of it even if you're not really doing anything else of value with it. It even, like, you can play it as sheep and still do the trashing too. Because like I'm thinking right now that even if I have any terminals in my deck, it's going to probably just at most be one Tormentor. I don't really care too much about Hideout. I mean, Hideout is going to be better at trashing than Sauna, but maybe that is a reason to just get Hideout. We can trash the estates with Church. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Hideout. All right, here. So we could go ahead and get a Coven now by playing this as sheep. We could, the last card is an estate, so I don't really see the point in drawing that with the sinister plot. I mean, I want to trash with the Church. I don't get to do that if I play it as sheep, but or we could also pick up the Tormentor. Hope to get some imps. It's like one of the few sources of gains. Tormentors if you have no other cards in place. It doesn't work super well with Church, admittedly. Like, it's already pretty unlikely that we ever get any imps. So I think I'm gonna sheep this and grab a Coven. Alright, well, I'll just take a silver. Well, I could draw, I guess, with the plot. We draw, the worst case scenario is that we draw a copper estate. Copper is, we're very likely to see a copper. We're not very likely to see an estate, just 25% chance. If we do that, We end up taking sauna or another hideout. I think I'm gonna draw. Okay. Cool. I think I do want another coven. Now this time I'm gonna set aside with the church. The question is, do I want to take a silver? Or do I just want to set aside more cards? I think silver is fine. I mean, in the long run, it's basically the same as Coven. So don't mind adding one to my deck. I think I will do that. Could have taken another church as well, I guess. Very managing to get the imp. I don't know if I had to avoid playing something in order to do that, but good. I think we're just going to add a token here. Okay, so we can get the second church here. I think I'll do that. We definitely don't need to draw now. Wow, what? That was so unlikely. I want a third coven. I think so. Alright, probably going to draw here. This hand isn't really doing anything. I definitely have enough covens at this point. So if I hit 5 again, I might just take a highway. I mean, highway's not exciting here, but it's fine. As it is, so I could take a farmland, crash estate to sauna or to hideout. Throne room, I guess. Or I could take a gold. Taking the farmland doesn't really... It's like exchanging it's one, you know, stop card for another. I think gold is probably better. This is a little awkward. I guess we could play one of the churches as sheep rather than saving it. If we want a higher price point. Yeah, let's do that. Get another gold. I think it's basically greening time now. And just a throne room in the coven. Pretty rude. I'm going to get the last 2 curses in, so I'm definitely going to win the curse split. Unless... Well, even if Jerry plays another coven, their other coven, I still win it, but I don't win it as much. Too bad about not dumping the curses on them sooner, though. Okay, so yeah, there's no reason to draw here, that's for sure. And yeah, I think I'm just going to take province. So we could draw here to try to hit province. I think we should be able to do that. What have we got down there? What do we have discarded? Hideout and coven. So we have no covens down there. We played... one of our golds. Got the other gold. We do have silver. Did not last turn, so I guess it's like silver copper down there, I think. Oh. Ugh. That is going to make things worse. Okay, so if I'm right about it being silver copper, then church still lets us hit province at the cost of not setting anything aside. I think that's worth it. If I'm wrong, I'll just set some cards aside. Fortunately, I wasn't able to dump the curses on Jerry because of having my coven skipped. Okay. I was wrong, but I can still hit province because I can't math. Alright, now here obviously we'll just set aside. Set aside church, double curse. Buy nothing. It really sucks that I still have not actually dumped the curses on Jerry. Very annoying. The ordering of things here has been pretty unfortunate. Throne church. I assume. I don't. That's kind of a weird. Having to have the throne room out. It's a lot of set aside. You can't like gain extra stuff by doing that, so I'm not really sure what that's accomplishing unless it's just like I've got, you know, nothing else to do. The miserable is definitely not great for me. That could really hurt. That's like tiebreaker points, but I am multiple provinces ahead and I won the curse split, so hopefully that'll help that. Okay, we're finally going to get to dump the curses, but unfortunately Jerry's going to trigger another shuffle before that comes into play. Diluted, I don't care. Top decking 2 coppers is not great, but it's too bad, I guess, that I didn't set aside a copper here. Then I could set aside a coven this turn. I wanted to trash both of the curses, which is why I set those aside, but I guess I'm just setting aside province curse. I might need to draw here to be able to hit province. Well, I mean, we definitely won't hit province if we don't draw, but the question is, should I draw? What are the chances that I fail to hit province even if I do draw? I don't have... I just have one curse in there now. How did I only see 2 curses? Oh, I had a curse discarded by bad omens. Okay. Oh. Well, I would have liked to have that hideout, but it's not to be. Anyway, this is my last estate. So I can't run into that, but I could run into province. So if I hit like copper province. Then I'm in trouble. Curses are in the trash. 4 curses are in the trash, 2 of which were trashed by me. So Jerry still has 5, which is a lot. So like if I don't province this turn, if I just take duchy, I'm at 19. Jerry can trash at most like 2, maybe 3 curses at once. We put him at 9 or 10. I think I'm better off not risking that I fail to hit province next turn. Probably. Well, on the other hand, yeah, I think this should be fine. Okay, well, we hit province anyway. Even if we get hit by discard down to 3, which shouldn't happen, but I guess if we hit by the attack, oh no wait, I can discard copper to the, is it fear that's wouldn't let me discard curse? I think so. It looks like I wouldn't. Well, I'm never sure whether it's left to right or right to left. Like if I had drawn this curse. Oh no, wait, if I'd drawn curse gold, I would have hit province. So I guess I was hitting province either way. Oh, too bad. Oh wow. Okay. I mean, I guess Jerry is now having to get through all of those curses. Okay, so here we're just gonna set aside copper province and buy nothing. Well, we do have, we can draw 4. Okay, never mind. We should draw. I was looking at the, like, thinking it was still like 2 cards, but 4 cards I should just draw. And I think I just have this on lock at this point, probably. Maybe there's some hex that can hurt me enough this turn, but I kind of doubt it. I'm surprised that getting those 2 early imps wasn't like good enough to give Jerry a big advantage. Crash my silver. Okay, that doesn't really bother me. Optic something. Well, guess we'll top deck province because we're gonna draw anyway. So 4, 6. Yeah, we actually can't. So what we do here is we set aside Church, Coven, Copper, and buy nothing. Is there any way that goes badly? I don't think so. Even if Jerry trashes 3 more curses, they're at 15. They buy... Yeah, I don't think that can go badly. And the alternative is I set aside copper, province, and buy duchy. I don't think I need to do that. Maybe I shouldn't have popped the plot, but... Okay, well, I'm definitely going to hit province this turn. So... even buy farmland on my gold. Unless something very bad... Oh, envious. Well, that'll... Alright, we should discard the church since we have another terminal cheap to play. mean, Envious won't stop me from buying Province. It might stop me from farmlanding gold to Province? No, I don't think so. So if so these are worth 1. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coins. 8 coins without the gold. So if I play like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can trash gold. No, I should just church. Never mind. Yeah, I should church the 3 coppers aside. Oh, no, wait, that doesn't work because I have the golds aren't actually worth 3. Right. So I should church the golds? No, then I don't have enough money. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should church. No, I have to play the church. Okay, so I might as well. Maybe I shouldn't take the farmland. I think I should charge the copper. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wasn't for that envy. I could have set myself up for this turn quite nicely, but oh well. Up onto my deck, not ideal. I guess there's not any reason for me not to buy a state here, because I'm not expecting to see another shuffle. I guess Jerry, this one must have trashed all the curses. Okay, if we draw here, we're very, very likely to be able to hit province. And if we don't and we can hit duchy, that's still probably fine, honestly. You don't have your Tormentor in hand? I don't know, maybe there's some hex that can screw me over. If so, it's very likely I can just buy duchy. Okay, copper onto my deck. Top deck's 2 coppers. Well, that's perfect. I can work with that. Thank you for the copper. Yeah, I think that was just a case of trying to just be the first of the punch on both the curses and the greening. Okay, we got goat. What else do we have? Herald plus actions. It's gonna be awkward. we've got a 2/5, so that means we're going Pixie Margrave, and then if we end up playing or drawing our Pixie dead, we can advance it, so that's pretty cool. I think we can probably ignore Legionary, like the Margrave attack is probably good enough. And from a like non-drawing terminal standpoint, probably more interested in playing with Butcher and or Expand. Not sure if it makes sense to play with both of those. Probably doesn't. The Herald stuff's going to be tricky because there's not too much virtual payload. I mean, there's basically just Sacred Grove and Butcher. I guess that's a decent amount. Mandarin... no, that doesn't really work. I was going to say, if you could top deck a card, you know, before you play Herald, but it doesn't really work because you're going to just draw that card. It's not going to tell you what the next card is, so... You trashed an estate. So unless you have... like, surely you have 5. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be great. If we get hit by Margrave, it's not doing me any good. Just take another Pixie. Probably just take another Pixie. Yeah, of course. I open Margrave, and then I don't even get to play it before my opponent. Why wouldn't that happen? Just pile the Pixies? Alright, I guess this is going to be a Herald. So we only hit 4. I mean, yeah, I could have gotten another Pixie, but in the end, I think the Heralds are going to be more relevant to being able to do anything on this board. Risk Gift is sure nice, though. Well, I guess you can advance it. Yeah, I gotta take that. This looks pretty iffy if I find my goat. But if I don't find my goat, it looks pretty good. It's probably correct. We can always buy cheap cards and advance them. Speaking of which, I guess I take an Abandoned Mine. There is a risk that it gets hit by the Herald, though. That's the problem. That's really not a thing that we want to happen. Oh well. I've only got one Herald. Oh, Forest Gift. Come on. You have your survivors in hand? No. I think it's a little greedy to take another one there, but... Okay, we found our Herald, but it's not really going to do us any good. I guess if we happen to get the right boon with Pixie, but I don't know what that would be. There's no reason to take that. Okay, so... Do we want another Margrave now? We kind of don't need the draw. Wondering about going Herald and advance into Sacred Grove. So we have some money. It's like we don't have that many stop cards left. We're going to need some more draw, certainly, but right this minute, I think it's pretty okay. We can get Margraved, that's nice. Up decks a Herald. No. No! Oh. Okay. Well, we gotta take that. Get some more Heralds. It's awkward, because now we're going to trigger a shuffle that has... I guess we might end up talk decking some Heralds, though. I guess... At this point, we actually do want to take, like, Ruin Market Survivors. Oh, dang it. Well, I guess we did draw both of the Heralds there, which was pretty bad. The good news is, though, is that we don't want to hit these with the Heralds, so having them in hand to start with is actually kind of nice. Okay, so now do we... I think we try to draw here. Like, there's very few... Well, wait, it doesn't make sense to hold on to one of these. Well, maybe it does, actually. Like, that's pretty much all of our treasure except our ghost. So our Herald should find something. And if we get that, I guess we could draw straight up into Margrave, but we want... Even just playing Margrave here would be okay. Bang, okay. Whatever, doesn't matter. Piles are pretty low here, so that's something to keep in mind. We might actually need to take like a duchy. It's like if we take a couple of Heralds, we would probably need to take another Sacred Grove. If we take like Sacred Grove, double Herald. And there's like 6. How many pixies are in the trash? 7. So my opponent still has 3 pixies. We have cycled the boon deck, so they could get buys. Well, we're going to advance that into that. And then we're going to advance that into that. Then the question is, I mean, we could overpay for Herald. Like, that would be pretty nice. My opponent would need 7 gains to win. They'd need to gain 5 ruins, Herald, and an estate. They'd have the Sacred Grove, they'd have the Margrave for buys. And then they'd have... It's possible that what I should do is just take another Margrave. I mean, draw shouldn't generally be an issue. Right now I have... The stock cards I have are Sacred Grove, Goat, Copper. So, yeah, there should be no way that I fail to draw, really. But I could fail to, like, hit the Margrave at the right time, I guess. Anyway, so they're going to have Sacred Grove, Margrave, regular buys, 3 buys, and then you need 4 additional gains. So if they... The Earth's Gift we just saw, so we don't have to worry about that. So they could get 2 gains from the Forest Gift, but I don't see how they would... Yeah, I think it's fine to take the Herald. Possible I should have taken a Butcher, but I think this should be fine. I don't know. We'll see if I have overlooked some crazy boon nonsense, but I don't think so. Alright, well there's the Forest Gift. Clearly we discard those. I think we do discard the Margrave. It probably doesn't matter. No. No. That's not going to do it. I guess if they had a ruined market, that would help them, but I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure that I got the only ruined market. Yeah, 5 buys. Looks like they're stopped. And I've got more money in my deck right now. I mean, they can obviously add a Sacred Grove too, but I've got like a bit of a tempo advantage from that standpoint, which is nice. Copper trashing wise, there's 7 coppers in the trash. I have 1 copper. So they still have a lot of copper. Because I hit that Flames Gift, I guess. I mean, I have a copper and a goat. Right, so I've trashed 5 copper, and they've trashed 2. Still have 5. A goat. It's crazy, actually. Yeah, so now they've got to be scared about the pile situation, because I've got 1 more buy than I did last turn, because I added a Sacred Grove. If I guess there's no way for me to flip the boon deck, though, so I can't see forests or earths. So maybe there is no way for me to pile from this position. I have Margrave, Grove, so I have 4 gains. Yeah, that should be it. All right. Looks like they top decked a copper. All right, so they grab a province. Makes sense. Well, that doesn't help me. It doesn't help you either, so I don't even know why it's giving you the option. Card at the end of the turn. Yes, of course you're going to take it. All right. Margrave. So long as they can't empty and I'm tied, is all that I can do right now. I guess I might want to actually advance this Wisp. I am going to have to not trash that last copper because I need to buy a province. Kind of need another Sacred Grove. I mean, there is a little bit of a risk that I fail to draw if well, even if I don't add the extra card, but I don't know what to do about that. I need more payload. So grab that. I'm not going to touch this stuff. My opponent should have 2 Pixies left. They've got 2 Sacred Groves. So they could get to the Gains boons, but it's unlikely. I mean, there's not anything I can do about it. I'm not going to touch those piles. Or the Ruins pile specifically. So okay, well, this is a hand I can work with. Flame's Gift. Ooh. That's interesting. The Earth's Gift. Like, I might actually take a state off of this depending on what Jerry does. If they take Herald, that's what I'm going to do. If they don't, I might actually take Marauder. Like, because I can lower the Ruins with it. I can get some money with it. I've seen almost all of my cards that Herald won't hit. I do have another copper down there, but that's it. I mean, there's a little bit of risk, I guess, in taking the Marauder if I'm lowering piles when I'm not in a position to actually win. I think I will be, especially if you have to buy Duchy. That's excellent. Okay. Maybe I should have taken the Herald. Did I play Sacred Grove now? I can't get... No, I don't think I do. Okay. Now, maybe I think I do. Okay. So yeah, can I... So I need Duchy Estate to be able to pile. I'm gonna have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, it's worth thinking about, like, well, I need to play this Herald regardless. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm gonna have 14 coins, right. So I could play the Herald right now. Oh, but I've got another Sacred Grove down here. But I don't need to play the Herald to play the Sacred Grove. So what's my other card down here? Is it another Herald? No, it's a Wisp, right? Yeah, it's a Wisp. So I could advance the Wisp into a Herald. That seems good. There is a risk here that I end up getting Wind's Gift. Very unfortunate. I'll have the Herald in hand to advance as well. Like, I think I've just got this. Wait, maybe I don't. 4 gains, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5 gains. So I need to hit Province. But yeah, that should not be a problem. Okay. Yeah, I can discard Herald Province. I think we're good here. I can get Province. I think I can just afford it regardless, actually. Okay, well. And I think I can trash the copper. So we buy Province, Ruin, 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 Herald. Okay. That went well. I mean, I had the better opening, right? I got to open Margrave. Although my opponent did attack with the Margrave first. So I don't know how much that actually mattered, but... Okay. So we got King's Court and Citadel as our... Oh my gosh, you can Citadel King's Court? That is bonkers. It is absolutely bonkers. Tomb as well, so... Oh boy. Well, I think we want a Goat Herd. I want to be able to get to Treasurer, for sure. Oh man. Looks like Jerry's gonna get to Treasurer immediately. I think I need to take Silver. I think I'm gonna take another Goat Herd here. Okay, we got to Treasurer somehow. Lucky. It did miss the Goat Herd, which is unfortunate. But then again, that might mean that our Goat Herd is going to draw, depending on when Jerry sees Treasurer. So that'd be cool. Oh, yeah, probably not. Yeah. Unfortunate. Okay, well, it is going to draw off, but yeah. All right. I actually am thinking about third Goat Herd here, like, because with Tomb, you kind of want to like pull treasures out of the trash of Treasure and then trash them with Goat Herd. I don't know how much silver I really want. I want to hit 7 and 8, obviously, but it is worth noting that there's no plus buy here, so there's a limit to like how much cool stuff you can do. I mean, you can still get a lot of alt VP with Tomb, of course, but silver or Goat Herd? Yeah, let's get the silver. I really want to hit 7 and 8, and it's going to be hard to do with Goat Herd. Yeah, the Citadel King's Court. We can get there. Man, that's going to be madness. Takes the key. I guess... Oh. I wonder, should I take a copper so that I can buy King's Court? I mean, my deck is not really thin enough. I think not. It's tempting. I think I'm going to take another Treasurer. I'm going to draw Jerry 2 cards if they have their Goat Herd in hand, which is unfortunate, but gotta trash, man. Gotta trash. Yeah, okay. Chose not to trash so that Citadel, you could get to Citadel, that makes sense. I think I'm taking the key here. Is it too early for Wild Hunt? Like, I don't have the King's Court. I should be able to afford it pretty soon, though. I think I'm going to grab a Wild Hunt. That's not a hand with treasure in it, is it? Oh, but did trash 2 cards. So I'm going to draw. So there's a 2/3 chance I find my treasure. And I have the key. Okay. I'm willing to risk it. Yes. So I could even take Citadel while trashing. I mean, now the question is, do I take Citadel or do I take King's Court? Probably Citadel. It's a tough call, but... Too bad I don't have a Goat Herd this turn. I guess it doesn't. The drawing doesn't really matter that much, but... So we get to buy King's Court here. Actually, Citadel the Goat Herd just to be able to like play Wild Hunt non-terminally, so that's cool. Feels pretty even so far. I do have a Wild Hunt in my deck, and I have an extra Goat Herd to my opponent's Black Cat, so maybe I'm ahead a little bit. I also have the key, although that presumably that's a pretty temporary state of affairs. All right. I also have a cellar. That doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, that's pretty nice. The gold looks weird to me, though. Look at this mess. Okay, so... how do we do this? I need to play the Wild Hunt, I guess. So I'm going to King's Court a Treasurer. And do I want these silvers anymore? I guess I don't. Ash silver. Full copper or trash copper. Then we Goat Herd, trash, and our treasure. I'm trying to figure out a way. Maybe I pull 2 coppers and then trash them both. It leaves me with a silver in my deck. It's the same amount of trashing either way, though, right? Pull 2 coppers. So I either trash now and then one more time, or I don't trash now and then yeah. So never mind. Just do that. Ugh. Doesn't really matter Goat Herd or what, but all right. I want one more King's Court. Oh man, come on. I have 7 cards in my deck. 2 of them are King's Courts, and they're both on the bottom. Like, what is this? I want to double play the King's Court. Come on. And I won't have anything to trash with the Goat Herd. See, I want to King's Court the King's Court so I can play the Treasure, so I can pull Coppers out of the trash, so I can feed into the Goat Herd. Anyway. And eventually we start playing the Wild Hunt and taking points. I wonder if this game is like ends up being like a stalemate or something. Because, like, when do you buy green? You don't want to, that's for sure. I guess Black Cat can give me curses when I take Wild Hunt points. But maybe that actually helps me? Because it gives me something to trash? So you didn't find your King's Court either. I don't think you want the gold in your deck. Apparently you do. Okay, Treasurer. I guess, do we even need the key? Do we care about the key? I don't think we care about the key. We take copper, we take copper, we take copper. Then we play Goat Herd 3 times, and then, well, maybe what we do is we play Wild Hunt. We go cards, points. Cards, points. We end up with 3 points, then we trash it. Gosh, does it matter? This is like super weird. It's the same number of points as trashing 3 times. I guess it's better than kinging the treasure the other time, though. Right, you can react with your Black Cat. Maybe I overgained on the coppers because I'm gonna be like 1 trash short of where I would like to be. But I mean, I guess that just means I have a card I can trash next turn. So whatever. I think we want a 3rd King's Court so that we can King's Court the other treasurer. And then after that, I don't know. Maybe another Wild Hunt. Actually, maybe so long as I was lining it up with Citadel, I didn't even need the third King's Court. I could see that being the case. But I didn't line it up with Citadel last turn, you know, so... I mean, this should mean I can have my treasurers do nothing but pull, and my goat herds trash. Does feel like I fell a bit behind, though, because of not lining up my King's Court with my starting hand. Like Jerry's getting more opportunities to trash here, although Jerry only has one goat herd. So they don't... The treasure goat herd interaction isn't as efficient for them as it can be for me. So that's something. Okay, so first, we King's Court, Wild Hunt. We go cards, cards, points. Didn't even react. Okay, plays a King's Court. Again, is this is the top level King's Court play? No, this is the second level. I don't know. This is going to be super confusing. Treasure 1, 2, 3. Third time, play the King's Court. I think this is probably not necessary, but goat herd 1, 2, 3. 3 times. Treasure. 8 copper. Trash copper. Take copper. Goat herd. Trash. 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 Where does it all end? Where does it all end? I ask you. Alright, yeah, I think it's gotta be Wild Hunt now. This is absurd. Like, we could pretty easily get into a steady state position where we don't really want to add cards because we're decreasing our deck's reliability. I mean, I guess I would take, like, another King's Court, probably, but I don't know. I certainly don't need another one. I mean, I guess at this point, I don't know. It's all very it's hard. It's really hard to say how like this game has much forward momentum towards a conclusion. Like the estates are going to pile, so that's something. And then at some point, I guess we'll trash our wild ones. It's also possible that at some point I should just like, instead of doing cards, you know, points or cards, points, that I should just go points, because like it's worth as many that way, and it's like a denial play. It also gives me more trashes in a given turn, because I can treasure, like treasurer can pull trash rather than pull. Because Goat Herd spends all of its time trashing estates and the curse. That's something to think about as well. Hmm. All right, might as well just do that. So yeah, do we want to... We want to do... I mean, I'm going to get more cards than I can trash if I do that right now because of the order. So maybe I want to hold off on that until my... until my... I have Wild Hunt in my opening hand. I mean, either way, I would want to go... Well, at most, I'll have 4 cards stretched. So if I ended up with 1 estate in my deck, that wouldn't be the end of the world. Either way, I'll want to go cards first. Like, cards a couple times. Hmm. I mean, I guess it's okay. I have the extra goat herd. I guess it's okay if Jerry decides to do that to me, like deny the Wild Hunt points. I guess I take the key here. Because why not? I'm thinking I'd take another goat herd. Like... Seems good. Okay, we've got the Wild Hunt. So we'll see what Jerry does. Looks like Jerry might empty the estate pile. Like, you don't really get an advantage from emptying it. You just accelerate the point at the game in which that's no longer a thing that's happening. So... yeah, okay. So... So that's done with, but... Still don't know how this game ends. We got 1 pile down, but... I do have a 2-point lead. So that's exciting, I guess. So yeah, I do have 1... I have like a spare goat herd essentially right now. But yeah, I think Treasure is the next card that I take. Okay. I could goat herd a wild hunt. I don't really see the point, though. I guess the wild hunt isn't very good right now. Right? So long as we have a goat herd and a king's court in our opening hand, like, pretty good to go. Oh, oops. Yeah, I've got 3 goat herds and 3 treasures. Jerry has 3 treasures and only 1 goat herd. So, I mean, I should be generating more VP per turn. I can't really see how that would fail to be the case. It was like Jerry got 6 trashes and I get 6 trashes and I get 9. Sure. I'm not like 100% sure that. Damn it! That was what I was afraid of. I ran out of. I ran out of king's courting. I still have an 11-point lead. I am kind of like accelerating away here. Does that mean what I want is another king's court? Or did I end up getting 9 trashes anyway? I pulled 8 times and trashed 1. So I guess it was 9 trashes anyway. Oh no, wait, no, I trashed 6. I trashed 8 times. Right. So if I get another king's court, then I should be able to solve that problem. Boy, this is some kind of madness. I'm gonna generally try not to play this wild hunt in hopes of like being able to trash it if I want to at some point. So Jerry had 43 to start this turn. So it's trashed 7 times. Like I said, I am like slowly building this margin. I mean, I guess. Oh, goes for the province. Okay. Or do we need to king the Wild Hunt here? I guess we do need to king the Wild Hunt here. All right, that should be enough, right? So this time I did get 9 points because I just trashed. Yeah. Like, I don't feel a need to take a province here. If Jerry keeps taking provinces, eventually their deck is going to get worse, more than mine is. Jerry trashed their cellar? No, they didn't. Huh. That's fun. So the question is, should I mean, I could take a cellar just to make sure that I have a way to hit, like, to line my stuff up. In theory, I should try to figure out, like, how many actions I have and how many things I'm kinging, but it's too hard. I don't want to. Taking another treasure would obviously continue to open up, like, my per turn scoring. It does further increase my risk of a dud. Although, so in my opening hand, 5 cards, and the worst possible hand would be 4 treasures and a Wild Hunt, which is very, very unlikely. If I take a treasure, I mean. So I guess it's probably fine to take another treasure. And at some point we can just start taking King's Courts and treasures and then trashing them if we want to. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to take a treasure. It is annoying that I keep not pairing King's Courts in my opening hand. Because if I go King's Court, Treasure, Goat Herd, then I don't get to King with the first King's Court. Because I'm, like... Anyway, alright. I mean, I think it's still okay. I don't think it's worth taking a copper out. All right, so now I only have a 3-point lead. Maybe I should take a province at this point. Like, if Jerry manages not to dud, at some point, you know, the provinces will add up. Yeah. Guess I'll take the province. Oh, hey, that's a fine hand. I guess if Jerry duds, I can always choose to trash the province. I mean, honestly, I think Oh, you didn't find King's Court. Trust 9 cards. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, but it does mean that Jerry isn't able to trash with that Goat Herd, unless they're gonna like trash Cellar or something. So we'll see what the point margin is. I could definitely see it being correct for me to trash Province here and just like effectively mill provinces if I have enough of a lead. We'll see how that looks on my turn. It would give me like one of the. I think I would be able to maintain my number of trashes since I did my last treasure did nothing on its last action. Taking all the coppers. Oh, never mind. Imagine if there was plus buy in this kingdom. So where are we in this? Okay, we still got plenty, I think. So yeah, I am kind of tempted to trash the province. Like I have a lead without it. Like play. I can buy another one. All right, no dud. I probably won't trash the province I have now. Oh my gosh. Well, I think no, maybe I just don't take province this turn. Oh, I don't get to draw. Uh-huh. Okay, that's fine. We either buy nothing or we buy another King's Court or another Wild Hunt. Or another. Or a Cellar. Buy a Cellar. Yeah, I think I'm in a pretty good spot here. If Jerry decides to not trash again to like try to choke my turn, first of all, I have a Wild Hunt this time. And second of all, like all they can really do is buy province and like then they just lose. If they don't buy province, then they can't make up ground on me without trashing. And like I stay ahead of the game. So I think Jerry's just kind of stuck. Jerry needs me to dud, but has no real way to know when that or if that's going to happen. Okay, So they're going for the trashing. I mean, it's possible they just dudded last turn and it wasn't even that they were trying to block me or whatever, but I don't really know. I mean, if you buy province here, you lose. I guess you can buy duchy, but I don't really think that helps very much. Yeah, let's King's Court the Wild Hunt. Okay, so we still have 2 more King's Court plays. So we could trash the cellar. But probably shouldn't. It's just... So we're gonna trash 4 more times and be at 104. Do I need to buy duchy? How many times did Jerry trash? It should be like 7-ish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, but they trashed a bunch of cards that they aren't going to get back. So, yeah, that's... They trashed the Black Cat. They trashed a Wild Hunt. And a Silver. That, yeah, so, like... It's definitely not safe for me to trash and buy province. The duchy just doesn't seem good to me. Like, I think I'd rather have another Cellar or Wild Hunt. I don't know. I'm just wondering if it's possible that if I don't take points that Jerry can actually overtake me in a way where then I can't prevent them from winning. I'm not sure. So if we trash the Cellar here, we go to 103, then we pull, and then we go 104, 105. We're up by 4, we rebuy Cellar. If Jerry does all trashing and buys province, they trash. I mean, they might be able to outpace me, so I probably should buy the duchy. Feels bad. But I think it's necessary. Takes the key. Is this a no trash hand again? This might be the turn where I take the second to last province then. Oh, well, all right then. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize I had the sound on. Sorry about that. Well, yeah, I just got a little bit of a lead, and there was just... like, there was not really, like, a way, because of the limited gains for Jerry to come back. I don't know what exactly it was that enabled me to get that lead in the first place. Maybe just the extra goat herds? I don't know. Jerry played King's Court before I did, but it might have just been... I do remember at some point saying, like, oh, I have, like, these extra cards that Jerry doesn't have, and Jerry has, like, a cellar. Like, okay, that seems good. Anyway, ba-da-bum-bum. Doctors are trashing. We have Magic Lamp, but we don't have a whole lot of exciting things to wish for. Like, it looks pretty money-ish. Doctor's not very good at removing curses from your deck. I think... I think I'm gonna go Silver Baron and try to hit Crop Rotation, and then try to hit Soothsayer. Maybe I'll get a Doctor at some point. I don't know. I guess I could get Doctor instead of Crop Rotation, but I'm not convinced that that's better. There's also Marauder. I don't know if that's any good. The weak trashing, probably not, but I think I'd take Secret Cave here because of wanting to pop the lamp. Oh, what? Baron, come on. Guess I could take Port. It's inoffensive. It's another unique. Of course, I could have 2 ports in a hand, and then it's not, but I'm gonna do. I could also just take Patrician. Patrician doesn't seem... well, it doesn't do anything right now, except for help pop lamp. That might still be reason enough to take it, though. I guess the other time to buy Doctor would be when you after discarding with Secret Cave. So I guess enhancing ports could be a thing. Enhance port into gold. So maybe I take port over Patrician. Patrician just doesn't do anything right now. I mean, neither does port, but I can enhance it and it's more exciting than Patrician from that standpoint. So I guess I'll take port. Is it possible that we pop this turn? We'd have to find, like, Cave and then Silver. I guess it's possible. And if only Baron had not missed the shuffle. That was really unfortunate. Okay, so we either buy the big doctor or we buy crop rotation. I think I prefer crop rotation. Now I want to get a Soothsayer. It should be doable this turn. Very much so. No crops to rotate. Much sad. Marauder is pretty good against Doctor, I have to admit. Maybe I should take Marauder. Like, it's really hard to trash ruins with Marauder. I mean, with Doctor. I want to discard 3 coppers and then draw with the port. If I draw it, I guess if I draw Lamp, I wasn't popping it anyway, but, well, I could prevent myself from popping it next turn. I'm not going to buy anything is the point. Unless I want to enhance the port. Maybe I do. Well, there's only a 1 in 9 chance that I'd draw Lamp, so I think we just do it. Come on. Okay, well, that would have been maybe a good... No, we got Estate. Okay. We have Baron Estate down there, so if we have Silver Lamp, Baron, Hopper... It's not enough. Baron, Hopper, and Secret Cave. Yeah, that's not enough, so we can't pop. We needed one of the ports to be hiding down here. Okay, well now we know we can find another estate, so we'll do that. Rotate Dem Crops. This could be the moment for the Doctor overpay if we want to do that. Because we're going to have, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 4. We're going to have 13 coins. So we're going to get to see 10 cards. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think I gotta do that. Crash. Discard. 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 Crash. Crash. Now the estates, that's where it gets tricky. You probably do want to trash some estates. Well, I don't know. Maybe leave 1 estate in our deck, or maybe we just figure we're probably going to gain some with Baron, and that's okay. All right. That was some trashing. Yes, indeed. And we managed to not trash an estate and find it at the top of our deck. That is unreasonable. It was the very last card. Oh. Watch out there. I thought that was going to be by province, and it seemed like a good idea, so I don't know what the hang-up is here. Maybe thinking about whether to play another wish or something. That seems like a weird choice, but okay. So we pop here. So we do have copper down there. I guess we doctor the copper, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Okay. So now we can actually play the port and still activate. We can play the Soothsayer. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. We gain an estate with the Baron. I guess we're buying Emporium here since that got uncovered. I don't think it makes sense to gain an estate, but it might. I mean, we do have crop rotation. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. That stonemasoning for all the patricians was weird to me. I don't really see that that's super valuable. I mean, I guess if you wish for a couple of Emporiums, it's pretty nice. But, like, and get the points, I mean. But, wish for port is pretty random. Jerry only has... I guess Jerry has 2 terminals. Well, plus the stonemasons and the doctor. Never mind. Okay, fine. Plenty of terminals. Yeah, I feel like my last couple turns have been very fortunate for me. The giant doctor overpay went really pretty well, and then I've managed to top deck an estate a couple times. Got Emporium points. Wishes for gold. So not going to wish for Emporium at all after uncovering them. Huh. Weird to me, but... Well, we could hang on to the estate to pair with the Baron. That's interesting. I mean, we can... Probably want to find my wishes, though. What is this? It's when you have 5 action cards in play? Alright, so that's not gonna do the trick. So we could wish for a port ourselves. Or Secret Cave, or another Soothsayer, I guess. We wouldn't be able to wish for the Emporium if we did that. Secret Cave better than Port? I could see the argument. But maybe not. We could also wish for Marauder. We're going to do that. Then I think we wish for Port. Port's also better from an enhanced standpoint, I guess. Well, we're doing that. Gain another estate and then wish for Emporium and play that. Or we could just buy the Emporium, but I think I like wishing for the Emporium. We've got another wish. So 6, 8, 9, 10. Take gold, we hit 13. Or we could take that Marauder. I think I'm going to take the Marauder. I guess patricians are nice with Doctor. Like, you reveal cards that you aren't actually going to draw, and then you the Doctor to trash them. Enhance gold to province, okay. We've got too many terminals to play here, but we can afford province. Actually, wait. We go Doctor. No, we're like one card short of being able to use Secret Cave, right? Because we need to play Baron to hit province. We could discard Dr. Soothsayer or Dr. Marauder, but not. I mean, we could discard all three, I guess. If we don't think it's important to attack. I could see the argument for that. That it's more important that I set up my next turn than that I get an attack in. Yeah. Or alternatively, I could also enhance gold. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, I only have 2 coins, never mind. So yeah, 3 coins next turn or get an attack in. I think 3 coins next turn. Better at this point. Okay, that's a province. I think I'm gonna not play these ports because I've already hit province and I should have an estate in those 5 cards and I don't want to draw it because I want to rotate it. Oh, I've got... I guess I didn't... I guess I should have played the Marauder after all. Or the Soothsayer, whichever. But I mean, I don't have... I don't need the 3 coins. But I can't get my plus... Oh, okay. Well, now we can see what we rotate into. Okay, I should still have an estate down there. So I guess... I'm going to save the spoils by province. Maybe I should have played it. I'm a little surprised that Jerry's deck hasn't stalled out a little bit, but I kind of thought it... Alright, I think we do want to play the port now. Guess we're still not using the spoils. Well, we have to buy Duchy anyway. It is looking a little rough here. We've taken too many curses, and that's dropped me by too many points now. I mean, if Jerry doesn't either trash curse or take more than just a province, then I can tie, but I don't know how likely that is. There's also the question of whether I rotate this estate. We do have another estate in those 8 cards, but I'm not super likely to find it. I played both Emporiums and a port last turn, so I've got another port and another 2 ports and a secret cave down there. Oh no. Stonemason coming in clutch. Oof, oof. Yeah, okay. I can't really match that. What I can do, let's see, if I Baron a state, I can enhance the Doctor and buy a Duchy. That still puts me well behind, but it's best I've got right now. Seems unlikely that it's going to make a difference, though. Yeah, Jerry's deck had more payload in it than I realized. I guess, I mean, because, he's played Soothsayer a bunch in the last couple turns, but before that, it felt like Jerry had no gold in their deck, and yet managed to consistently hit Province anyway, which surprised me. Thought they were kind of low on payload. Well, this should probably be game. Yeah. Oh, no? Okay. I mean, it's still probably game unless I have better cards down here than I think I do. I guess I want to play this Soothsayer now, so I have a gold in my shuffle. But what I really need is to find my Baron. Well, that's not good. I mean, I guess I don't even have enough money to do it. Never mind. To enhance. Yeah, I'm pretty cooked. Unless Jerry has a total dud. And even then, they'd have to dud again, because I need to get, like, 2 duchies and a province or something like that. And obviously drawing them a card with Soothsayer didn't help. Not that I think I had much of a choice in the matter. I mean, maybe I should have played Marauder instead, but putting in spoils into my shuffle would have been fine, obviously. I mean, I ended up playing them both, but like, okay, yeah, that's GG. Oh, okay, that works. I guess the early Doctor was better. I thought that Jerry would struggle to like really get their deck together with that, just because Doctor's kind of weak, but I guess it was strong enough. Okay, so what do we have here? Pretty weak trashing. We do have draw. We don't have much in the way of. So there's no plus buy, but there are kind of gains from replace. Kiln isn't really going to work unless you just want to kiln golds. You can't kiln Den of Sin, unfortunately. So do we want develop? I don't think so. I think I'd just go silver here. Tunnel doesn't really do anything. There's no way to discard it. I think we're just looking to get a replace when we can. Unfortunately, replacing estates does not look very strong. Neither does developing them, though, so. All right, so we hit 5. Next turn, we're gonna see some combination of like 2 coppers, 3 estates, and 2 silver. So we might hit 5 again. If we see both of our silvers. We have to see both of our silvers. The odds of that are decent. So the question is, do we want to get the replace first, or do we want to get Den first? If we get Den first, we guarantee we hit 5 again. So we get Den. That's an answer to that question, isn't it? And the other way to play this would just be to buy another Den and just go straight like Den money, but I think I want the replace. I think that's better than not getting it. All right, well, another silver is fine. Replacing silvers is pretty good. Might even be correct to prioritize that over replacing estates, just because even though estates are bad cards in our deck, 5s are... There's good 5s that we want, and that's probably more important to get them than to get rid of estates, probably? I'm not sure. Top decking silver off, replacing it though is not, like, obviously not very amazing, so... I guess you could also replace estate into tunnel, just to, like, you curse your opponent and you get the card off. You don't, like, put the card back on top of your deck. That would have some appeal, I suppose. I guess top decking silver isn't terrible on this board, though, in any case. Alright, so Jerry not going for the replace. I'll definitely take a Den here. Yeah, we pretty much want all the Dens. I don't know if we ever end up taking labs. Like, it's really hard to justify taking lab over Den. Just because of the tempo consideration. And like at the point, if if the Dens have run out at some point, then maybe we're like preferring to take gold. It is annoying that I get the replace, but then because it comes in late, oh man, what is this? Like it misses the shuffle, and so then that looks pretty bad compared to Jerry getting the replace afterwards. Anyway, all right. Well, I guess taking a silver is probably the way. I mean, like I said, I could take the tunnel and give Jerry a curse. Buy silver either way, I suppose. In theory, I could also turtle the replace and try to line it up with a 3 so I could turn that into another Den, but I am going to need some money in my deck, so like I don't know if that's really correct. Tunnel. Obviously not a great card to put into my deck either, but it can be turned into a 5. I think I like doing that. Oh, we can get a changeling. Does the changeling go on top of my deck? It doesn't. Cool. That's brilliant. Huh. It's like does everything that I wanted. It doesn't go on top of my deck, it gives out a curse, and it doesn't put a tunnel in my deck. Alright, so we're going to have province money here, but probably shouldn't actually take province. I could see it being correct to get another replace. More likely I'm going to want another Den, though. Rude. Rude, rude, rude. Yeah, that sure is a lot more money than I need. Let's get another den. Oh boy. Maybe I bought too many silvers. I mean, at some point I'm going to need them, but... Why couldn't I find my replace? Come on! I need to turn another silver into a den. Grrr. I think Jerry might end up with 6 dens here. If that's the case, that's going to be real unfortunate. I'm not sure. So I gain 1 turn 3, Jerry gains 1 turn 3, Jerry gains 1 turn 4. I gain 1 turn 6, so we're even. Jerry gains 1. Jerry gains another. Yeah, that's the problem, is I did not, because I whiffed on, was it like turn 5 or something like that, anyway, and like 7, 8, I don't know, whatever the turns were. Oh, all right. I guess we turtle to replace. We can gain another replace here, which I think I do want. Can't gain another den, because there's no more dens to gain, of course. Might be time to buy province. 3 dens in play? I don't know. Of course, we have a pretty crappy hand, so... I mean, we're going to draw 6 cards. There's pretty much no way we won't be able to buy province, I guess. Problem with turtling the den is now we, like, don't see... we don't get to, you know... I can't words, but there's a thing that we don't get to do. Okay, so I think silver into lab is better than estate into curse, but I'm not positive. I'd rather add draw into my deck. So I have no dens on top of my deck. That's a reason to do it. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a province, and I'm going to gain another replace. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a sloppy mess of a game. The whole copper into estate thing is so unpleasant, because it's unpleasant for both parties. Probably would have preferred to changeling the laboratory, to be honest, but having a second replace on my deck is certainly fine. And if they collide, I can always replace in a lab or duchy. So annoying. 4. Great. Do we take a changeling? I think I will take a changeling. Might be incorrect, but... Nah. So many curses. I'm sick of it. Alright, well at least you can get to play any dens. Guess this is a state tunnel. I think I prefer to get out of the lab to buying duchy. This probably ends up piling on like curses and estates. Glugh. Maybe I will regret not making sure I sent curses at every possible opportunity. We will see. I draw 4 cards. What I really don't want is to see my changeling without my laboratory. Guess if I do, I'll probably replace it into duchy at this point. Sure, exactly. Like, I don't want to buy duchies, but if I'm giving out a curse at the duchy, it's probably better than taking a lab. Okay, that's good. Turn for Jerry, although presumably going to play a bunch of dens. Oh, well. All right, so once again, we have the question of, do we take lab or do we take duchy? It's getting close to the point where we should take duchy for sure, but... Or gold. Taking lab feels awfully good. Lining up gold with replace, not trivial. Three more replace plays and the curses are out, which means we're, you know, like pretty far down pile-wise, especially if any of them are into a state. Definitely see it being correct to take duchy. Just don't know. I think lab probably can't be correct at this point. It's got to be either gold or duchy. Okay, we see changeling with lab. That's nice. Although it would have been nicer if we could have gotten them into the shuffle, obviously. Please don't put any curses in my shuffle. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Jerry believes in the gold. I'm not sure that I don't, to be fair. Oh, I could turtle the lab. Interesting. I guess that's not... Should count as in play. I want it to. but it does not. I'm gonna take a tunnel. Stop, no. No more curses, no. I would have actually probably held on to the tunnel as Jerry there. Those 2 points could make a difference. I mean, Jerry's about to shovel, but like, what's Changeling really going to do for you? I don't know. Like, the tunnel, you can replace the tunnel just as easily as you can replace the Changeling. I think I would have... Oh, come on, where's my replace? I want to give out the last curse. No fair. No fair. Where's either of my replaces? Is what I should say. If I don't see a replace here, and I probably will, but if I don't, then I probably turtle the lab so that I can play both of them. This is going to be pretty important to be able to do that. Like, that might make a huge difference in terms of the estate pile. I mean, hopefully Jerry doesn't find a replace this turn, I guess. And then I can still give out that last curse. States would be down to 3, assuming I'm trashing a curse, which I very likely would be. Potentially could see like Changeling or Silver into Duchy. Which is a bigger point swing by a little bit. It would depend, obviously, on what I can buy. Damn it! That's so uncalled for. I could have just seen a replace last turn. That's a 2-point swing. 3 points even, because I'd have an estate. Or, wait, is it more than that? Instead of me getting a curse... Well, Jerry would have been able to take the province regardless, so that part doesn't matter. It's 2 points for the curse, plus another point for the... Well, no, another point for the curse I would have trashed. And then another point for the estate that I would have in my deck. So, yeah, it's a 4-point difference. Okay, so unfortunately, we are going to have to play the lab. Damn it. Okay, I guess what we do is replace... Replace... into Duchy. Buy Duchy. And then the question is, do we take another lab, or do we take another replace? I think we take a replace. This is probably a hand I'm just going to turtle. And it could trash tunnel into Duchy, but that seems pretty... Ugh. Much rather trash curse into estate. It's 2 points instead of 1. And I don't have anything I can trash into province, so That's off the table. Never bought a gold. Jerry does still have a gold, unfortunately. That's frightening. I think the only more valuable thing I can do than curse into estate is whatever into duchy. No, no! What is that? How do you have that good of a turn? So uncalled for. Ah, jeez. I gotta turtle this. It doesn't... Odds of this doing anything this turn are so low. But Jerry's probably going to province again this turn, which is just super wrong. What? Oh. Yeah, that definitely felt like I got the worst end of the shuffle luck. Like, I just had so many more curses, and I mean, I had like one opportunity to get out a curse. We split the dens, so that wasn't the problem, but I think I even had more labs for most of the game. But like, yeah, I collided I bottom decked replace a bunch of times. I collided replaces once. I don't think Jerry ever did. Oh well. Okay, so the draw here is Way of the Horse, basically. Fortunately, there is plus buy and Vagrant to make that like relatively doable. And Groom. I think I like Catapult Groom in the open here. There's a bit of a collision risk, but we can always horse if nothing else. Groom. Oh, we can also Groom for Villa. What am I talking about? And you can continue to do Villa shenanigans by horsing Villa. So that's cool. Catapult attack is going to be pretty nasty, though. I guess you can mitigate that somewhat with Church. You might want to get a Church anyway to trash estates. But I want to start attacking first, and I want to get the Groom ASAP, so I'm going to open with those and pick up a Church later. So Jerry goes with the Church instead of the Catapult. It's interesting. I kind of think we just want a lot of grooms. Because, like, you can always groom for Villa and then play Villa as horse. You still get the plus action. And you get the horse. I mean, you don't get the village effect, but you turn groom into a non-terminal. Yeah, I definitely want another groom. I would have allowed that, but I don't know what happened exactly. You set aside 3 cards, so you couldn't have been able to buy anything, but... And of course, I can't afford... Sorry, not afford, but I don't see my groom in my opening shuffle. That's really obnoxious. Anyway, let's get a church. Damn it. I want to find my catapult and my church. All these estates in my hand? Come on. Game. Give me what I want. The question now is, like, when do you stop gaining grooms? Groom is really good here. Like, kind of ridiculously good. It's unclear to me. I guess we just play the horses. There's not really much reason not to. We could... I guess we could consider playing the villa here. I mean, we can't afford double groom. We do have another groom down there. I guess we could always horse the church if it came to that. Damn it. So annoying. Alright. So I guess we're trashing a state here and not attacking, which is sad, but... So yeah, presumably Jerry's going to take the last groom. And then the question is going to be, what are we aiming to do after that point? I mean, I want to get church back. Animal fare starts to look somewhat reasonable. It's got the plus buy on it. Having to use Villa for plus buy is not as appealing. Well, it's harder to gain animal fare than it is to gain like nomad camp, so maybe that's not the way to go. I wonder if it ever makes sense for somebody to just like empty the villas, make sure their opponent doesn't have any villas to play with, and then like, you know, they can do villa stuff by themselves. It's probably hard to get that many villas and keep them. I guess we just horse this villa. Doesn't really matter. We're like one card short of... Oh, I guess we might want to just trigger a shuffle so we can grab a church. Although we don't have a way to do it, do we? Maybe we just buy the church? Well, I mean, we can grab him for another villa. Then we don't... Yeah, we'd have to buy the villa. I don't know. That last card is another groom. So then we could... How many horses have I gained here? 3 horses. I gained 4 horses. I mean, I'm just like going to be burning through the horses, which isn't really what I want. We could... Could like play villa, play catapult, play groom, gain church, and then buy villa. Or buy like vagrant villa or something. I don't know. Well, maybe. I think this is what I want to do anyway. We groom. So if we just groom for villa, we play villa as horse. We draw into the groom and then like church thing. If we groom, maybe what we do is groom for villa and then buy church villa, and then we have like an extra horse in our hand essentially. Okay, so now we can like church like horse estate. And we groom. We can groom for like conclave so that we can buy something, or patron. I don't know. I mean, having villagers could actually be useful, I guess. Or wait, we'd have to draw it. I guess we can play another horse. That's probably fine. Patron. Horse. A church and set aside horse, horse. State. A villa, play patron. So we could take a warehouse, or we could take another church. I like getting another church, I think. This is quite a board. So I'm definitely getting catapult attacked. That much seems clear. I've got an estate set aside, so I can discard copper estate, I guess. Really hard to say how this game plays out, because, like, yeah, I mean, it could, like, end on piles, but, like, there's always the possibility of, like, returning stuff. And somebody could certainly try to pile the estates with Groom if a second pile gets low. It's going to be hard to draw that way, though, without getting thin first. Farming for villas is so much more draw. Wait, why do you have so many more actions? How? These bonus actions coming from? I'm very confused by that. Like, start with one action, use an action, get an 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 action, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you did play a villa. Oh, wait. I don't know. I'm just confused. I'm gonna try to do villa denial, but you don't have enough villas for that. next turn, you're gonna have to put them all back. Probably. I wonder if I could pile out here. I wouldn't even need any points. I would need a villa, and then probably the estates would be the easiest thing. Seems unlikely. I'd gain 4 estates with Groom, and I'd need to be able to buy 4. Maybe I can do that if I play enough villas. Like if I horse, so I've only trashed 1 copper. So I have, maybe I trashed 2 coppers. 5 coppers in my deck. Yeah. So to buy 4 estates, I would need 3 coins. 2 of them come from patron, 1 of them comes from villa. So if I draw my deck, I have and I have 2 villas in my deck, right? So like, plays a villa, plays a villa. So 3 villas is 4 buys. So I have the buys and the gains. The question is, do I have the draw? I'm willing to horse the church and find out, I guess. Can you draw? I discarded. I do need to draw that last card. I horse the catapult. So down here I have 5 cards. I have a patron, 3 coppers. If I have another horse in there, which I feel like I must. Maybe I don't. Boy, if I'm wrong about this, it's going to go real bad. But like, so I draw 2 cards of the catapult, and then I have 3 cards in here plus the 2 cards I discarded. 5 cards I discarded. I can draw 4 of them with the grooms. So if that last card is a horse, what else would it be? Another villa. Right. So I'm one. So I have a 50-50 shot depending on whether I draw estate or copper as my last card, because I have 2 coins from villas. Was fine. Oh wait, no, I don't need the last copper, right? Because 2 coins from villas, 4 coins from copper, and 2 from patron is enough to empty estates. Okay, so I think I can do this. I have 5 grooms. Right. It's even easier. Oh no, wait. I have to groom for the last villa. Well, that's fine. Villa, room for villa, room for state, play villa, patron. I did draw the copper after all. Whew, okay. That was crazy. Yeah, Jerry went for the villa denial, but with the piles, that was, I guess, not safe. Well, obviously it wasn't safe. Man. Yeah, that was a crazy board. I don't know, like, what you do, like, so what should Jerry have done? What should I have done if Jerry had done something else? I don't really know where it goes from that point, but I'm glad I was looking at the pilots, because it would have been very easy for me to miss that, like, I feel like, with the way that I normally play. Which is to say, like, I mean, it's not that I, like, always overlook, you know, pilots or estate pilots or whatever, but, like, like, the distance away from the pilot, right, was, like, not necessarily by the time it was my turn, but going to Jerry's turn, it was far enough away from a pilot that I normally wouldn't be thinking about pilot. I'm glad that I did. I'm not sure what triggered me to do that, but I think that's, like, something that I could definitely improve on, is, like, trying to focus more on, like, even when it's pretty far away, like, what is it likely to look like? Oh, that's an interesting suggestion. Yeah, I would actually, like, I would totally put it into the video, but I've got like, I have a different setup for when I have another person, like, commentating, and I'd have to, like, screw around with OBS too much, and just, like, I don't want to mess up the video, but that'd actually be pretty cool. Maybe I should start just recording with in the commentary setup every time, so that I have that option, but I don't know how many people would actually do it. Anyway, but yeah, so there's, like, there's a difference between, like, hey, a pilot is pretty close, let me pay attention to that, and, like, how is this game likely to progress, and what sort of pilot is that likely to lead to? What should I be looking out for? And I feel like I don't do the latter as much as I probably should, and I think I did that this time. So I'm glad that paid off for me, because I think if I don't go for that pilot there, if I don't spot it, I'm in a really rough position with Jerry having, like, kind of villa control. Like, you can probably, like, play a lot of the villas as horses and then game them back and sort of deny me, like, the amount of, like, draw that Jerry had there. So it was, like, like, I can see why that was, like, an appealing move to make for Jerry. But in any case, managed to get there, and now I haven't overcome both of my earlier losses, but I'm making some progress in that direction, so that's great. Hopefully I can continue the upward climb and at least finish the season, like 50% or so. I mean, hopefully better, but, like, 2 matches left, and I'm probably about minus 2.5 or something like that. I forget whether I lost my first one 4-2 or, like, something else. The second one I lost, like, 4.5 to 1.5 was pretty bad. So I think I lost the first one 4-2. So I think I'm down, like, by that, like, 2.5 game margin. So that's a thing I could make up in 2 matches. It's pretty hard to make up in 1 match, though. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will be back tomorrow with my match in the team prep tournament, although that won't probably go up onto YouTube until midweek, because my teammates actually are playing after me this time, which is not what we intended, but because of the need to reschedule, they actually had to schedule, like, out into this week, because some stuff came up for their opponents. So I'll have to wait for that to be done, and then hopefully I will get to commentate their matches as well. That's kind of up in the air, though. And then I'm playing my next league match next week. Sometime. I forget when exactly, but it's happening. I know that much. And then I'll have one other match at some point as well. So until then.